Alright guys, G-Funk here, and this is kind of a response video. Not really taking shots at anybody, but I've been watching some videos ever since the Triple G fight last Saturday, and there's been a lot of talk, man. Canelo sending out tweets, Lara sending out tweets, but the main topic I want to talk about is GGG versus Lara. Now, it's just frustrating sometimes to read comments and hear people talk about this particular matchup. Now, here's the thing, alright guys. This is a good fight to make, okay? This is an excellent fight, in my opinion. This is a fight that I think the hardcore fans, the real hardcore fans, right? Some of you claim to be hardcores, but I don't know. I have to question you. I think most of you guys are just hardcore fanboys of certain fighters. But the hardcores, we want to see good matchups, okay? We want to see the best versus the best, okay? Triple G is a guy who's the best in his division, right? 160 pounds, the best in his division. Lara, one of the best in his division, right? Every time this guy has been in the ring with the best, he's done well enough in a lot of people's eyes to have won all of these fights that he's been in, So, for me, they're both the best of the best in their divisions, right? And they're right next to each other. You got one guy at 160, one guy at 154 pounds, okay? Lara has already fought above the 154 pound weight limit when he fought Canelo Alvarez. He fought at 155 pounds. Now that's considered middleweight. Anything above that is considered middleweight. So, he can move up if he decides to. And it's not like anybody's really in a hurry to get in the ring with him at 154. I mean, there's talk with him and Demetrius Andrade. They've been talking back and forth, but, doesn't seem like either one of these guys want to get in with each other. Now, Lara has already called out Triple G via Twitter. And, he mentioned him again the other day. Now, I know that's not like a real call-out like he did Canelo when he showed up to the podium. But he's one of the only guys that's putting it out there that's saying, hey, let me get in the ring with this guy. And that's something that the Triple G fans have been talking about. No, nobody wants to fight my guy. Nobody wants to fight him. But this guy has been saying, hey, let's fight. I don't understand, like, the hatred. I mean, and it's not just on the Triple G fan side. It's on both sides that I've seen. Reading comments on people's videos, like I just watched 78 Sports TV made a video about this same topic, and he spoke his piece, and I respect his opinion. And this, for me, this is not a prediction video. I'm just talking about the matchup itself. But he gave who he thought would win. And then, you read comments and right away you see fight fans just dismissing one fighter or the other, or the fight itself, and it's like, come on, man, like, let's see the fight. Let's push for the fight. I know that there's things in the way. There's, Al Heyman, there's HBO. I mean, geez, guys, let's just try and show some power here. Let's show some unity and show these guys, hey, look, we want to see this fight. I think it's a good matchup, man. I just do. I mean, you got a guy in Triple G who's a master at cutting off the ring. He's a master at doing that. He showed me against Monroe that he can do that against the southpaw slick fighter. Now, Monroe, by no means do I think he's a bum. I actually picked him to win because I thought that style would give him some trouble. But at the same time, just because he beat Monroe, that doesn't automatically mean he's going to beat Lara. Because Willie Monroe is no Lara. I'm sorry, he's just not. And just like I said, Triple G is a master at cutting off the ring. Lara is a master at boxing and counterpunching. We can say for both of these guys that the times that they've gotten in the ring with the best guys that they've been in the ring with, they've been able to establish their style and their game plan on their opponent just about every time, you know. Triple G has been able to trap guys and, you know, get them against the ropes, get them in the corners, and get them to fight his fight. Erislandy Lara has been able to outmaneuver his opponents and land his left hand at will on guys when he decides to throw it, you know. So it's a good matchup, man. You got a guy who likes to move, who's very, very good at it, and then you got a guy who's good at cutting off the ring. I mean, why not put him in the ring and find out who can get the job done at the end of the day? You know, and that's the type of fight fan that I am. I want to see the best against the best, man. You know? And I'm sick and tired of these guys just blowing each other. Oh, Triple G, he ain't never fought nobody. You know? Oh, Erislandy Lara, oh, he just runs. And, you know, come on, guys. All right? Like I said, real fight fans need to stand up right now, okay? We need to stand up. Let's make this fight happen. You know? Both of these guys, you know, nobody's in a hurry to get in the ring with either one of these guys. So why not get in the ring with each other? And like I said, they're not far apart as far as weight goes. So, you know, the only problem is, again, these stupid promotions and management, whatever you want to call it, the stupid politics of boxing is in the way. But let's push for this fight, man. I think it's a good fight. I think it will definitely, you know, it'll put these guys on a level that they haven't been on yet. You know, like Triple G, you know, for some people the jury is still out on him, and the same with Erislandy Lara. You know, they're like, yeah, they're both good, but, you know, the knock on Triple G is that he hasn't really fought any elite competition. The knock on Lara is he's been in with elite competition, but his performances have been lackluster. You know, he hasn't really put a stamp on those fights. Even though I think that he definitely beat Canelo, I think he definitely beat Paul Williams. But the judges, for some reason, they just don't see it that way. You know, and he does get to relax in there sometimes. You know, he doesn't want to let his hands go, but that's that Cuban style, you know. That's just the way that these guys fight. You know, they're very disciplined in what they do, and they don't go away from the game plan. They don't care if the crowd's booing. You know, they just do what they got to do. But I just can't stand to hear fight fans just blow these type of matchups, just blow them aside, just brush them aside. It's so annoying, you know. Like, you know, I'm listening to the Boxing Voice this Sunday. Shout out to the Boxing Voice, great show. You know, listen to this guy like one of the co-hosts, Stuart Little. I mean, this guy is just completely blowing off Erislandy Lara like he's nothing, you know. Like, oh yeah, as soon as Triple G hits him, it's over. The fight's over. You know, like, why are you just blowing off the fight? See, those are the type of fight fans that act like they're real hardcore fans of the sport, but they're just fanboys. You know, the guy, he just loves pressure fighters. That's it. I mean, for those of you who watch the show consistently, you'll notice that every time that there's a boxer in with a pressure fighter, he goes with the pressure fighter every time, every single time, and he's always talking about, oh, the boxer, all he's gonna do is run. You know, or he's gonna put on a disgraceful performance. I mean, come on, man. I mean, the bias is just so obvious with this guy, you know, and those are the type of fight fans I just can't stand. I mean, I can't stand them, you know. Just because you don't like a guy's style, you can't just completely dismiss him, you know. I mean, you can say, hey, look, Erislandy Lara, his style's boring, but he's good at what he does, you know. That's what a real fight fan says. You don't sit here and talk about, oh, he's scared and all he's doing is running. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's just get that out of our heads already, all right? When are we going to stop using this running term? I mean, it's just so annoying. But anyway, like I said, let's make this fight happen, man. G-Funk's all about the best fighting the best, okay? And I want to see it. Like I said, this is not a prediction, so I'm not going to tell you who I think is going to win. But, you know, I do think that it's going to be a competitive fight. You know, I just do. Some of you guys are going to say, well, you know, like I already mentioned earlier, Triple G got Monroe out of there in 6 rounds, and Monroe fights just like Lara. I mean, it's similar, but he's not as good as Lara. Plus, he doesn't pack as good of a punch as Lara. I mean, now Lara's not the most heavy-handed guy, but I think he has enough power to keep people honest. And, You know, people keep bringing up the Angulo fight, but look, he had enough toughness in him to get off the canvas twice against the guy who was willing to take shots all night long in the face. But yet, look, Erislandy Lara had enough power in his hands to swell up his face so bad that the guy quit. You know, what's to say that he can't hit Triple G at will with his left hand and swell up his face? You know what I mean? Look, Monroe was already starting to mark up Triple G's face, and the guy can't hit it all. You know, so we can't just dismiss him. You know, and the same thing with Triple G. You know, we can't just brush him aside and be like, oh well, he can't keep up with Lara because he's better than Monroe. I mean, I think he can find success in that fight against Lara. It's a good fight, guys. You know, again, you got, you know, one of the best pressure fighters against one of the best boxers in the game. Why not see it? Why not be for it? You know? So, anyway, guys, that's all I really got to say, man. Let's stand up. Let's see this fight, man. Let's get it done, okay? G-Funk, I'm out.